What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we're here today in the Nerd Castle playing the 25th episode of Shadowrun Returns. We're in the Bug Shaman, and we read this in the last episode, so hopefully you remember vaguely. Let's go ahead and get started. As far as we know, ahead of us there's the rhythmic throbbing of chanting and all kinds of crazy undulations. The situation is rapidly becoming husky, so we're going to continue forward and see how this whole thing pans out. I've been having a bit of trouble with this dungeon. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We've had some rough times. Oh, we actually just get to walk around. That's an interesting turn of events. Alrighty, so that's the first time it hasn't started us in combat. Did it restore all of our health by any chance? Let me take a look at my karma really quickly and figure out what I want to do with that. We very likely should probably put something into weapons. We were pumping a bunch of points into our drone control in the hopes that we could get to S-Class drones, but I get the distinct feeling this is probably the end of the line for the game. I know I've said that before, and I have the tendency to be completely wrong about when a game is ending, and I'll be really fair about it. Shadowrun Returns has turned out to be a lot longer than I expected it to be, at least the Dead Man Switch was. I suppose we'll use... Yeah, I really don't know what I should put these final 13 points into. I prefer that it rounds off nicely. Let me look at my dodge stat down here. We got 4 there, 8 there. That'll put me at 11, leave me with 2 karma that's unused, unfortunately. Well, I'm feeling a bit fragile with how hard these bugs hit, so I'm going to put 1 in bod. There we go. And that leaves me with 1 point left that I can put into ranged combat, which I suppose I'll just keep so that I can hit from deep down. That's what I've been using Splattercat for, essentially, is he's just been sort of a sniper for my team, and it's worked out fairly well thus far. I do want to take a look and make sure that everybody's... it almost always restores everybody's health the moment you change zones, so I think we are. There's nobody... It's not letting me mouse over and see if anybody's wounded or anything. I think we'll be alright. Let's pop through this door right here and we'll figure out what the ultimate goal is for this dungeon. Oh, there's our dear friends. Alrighty. Well, this could be the final showdown. Jessica appears to be in the throes of a violent trance or mild seizure, a manic state brought on by the terrible energies she's attempting to conduct. Splattercat, stop! The Queen approaches. The vessel, the summoning. We can't be disturbed. There is no vessel and there will be no Queen. Jessica's eyes roll back in her head. Whatever magic she's channeling is fast approaching a crescendo. Lynn speaks in her place. You may have taken Marie-Louise, our chosen, but another Telestrian will take her place. I give myself willingly. I will be host to our queen and the mother of a new world. You'll be the mother of a dead world. Harlequin still sports a wry smile. On the plus side, a billion creepy-crawly children makes for one hell of a Mother's Day. No, I will become the perfect being. Through me and through my sacrifice, a new age will begin. When Jessica speaks next, her eyes have a disturbing sharpness. Her words are echoed by Lynn in a manner that suggests a connection beyond their shared zealotry. The hive has no thought beyond hunger, no goal beyond reproduction. We are one. I'm sorry, Jessica, this ends now. Jessica's body then suddenly spasms, arching her back and nearly lifting her off her feet. She lets loose a scream, falling somewhere between elation and agony. The Queen is near. I know that wasn't a scream, but I can't really shout into a mic right now. Alright, so I am terrified to enter this room. It looks like we've got some kind of thing right here. Can I shoot it in the face? I can, with very low chances of success. There we go. A 95% chance of shooting whatever the hell that is in the face. Part of me just kind of wants to focus on her because I feel like she's really going to be a problem. Then again, I'm out of cover. What is that? An insect pillar. Well, I don't know if I should just clear or if I should focus on these pillars. We don't know what these do as of yet. Additionally, I don't know what she does, which leaves me at a bit of a disadvantage. I suppose let's focus... Yeah, let's get Woogie up and running. Alright, Woogster. Let's do this. Oh, we aren't healed. That's fun. That's loads of funsies. Alright, Woogster. Let's get you... Well, he's usually got like a 68% chance of hitting anyways, so let's just have him unload from here. Maybe he'll get... Oh, it's immune to damage. Alright. Well, that solves the problem quite roundly, actually. I don't know what that is either. There's a usable... We can manipulate something over here and over here. I think what I'll consider doing then is maybe putting some rounds on Jessica. So there's an 8 damage weak shot, and nothing there. I mean, I don't want to waste rounds on something that I potentially can't even hurt in the first place. I'm going to move Woogie forward and use him as kind of a sacrificial lamb. We're probably in the last fight right now anyway, since she's the primary antagonist that we've been facing off against since the beginning of the game. I'm hoping that we can find ourselves in a bit of a decent position to fight with her. I don't know if I should try and shoot these with the shotgun or not either. Or if I should pretty much just focus on Jessica over here. I think what I'm going to do is focus on Jessica. He's only got the... Let's put him right there. And we'll see how that affects his hit chance with, say, a mana ball. He's got a 90 right there. We'll go ahead and take a chance on that. 15 damage, and then she's got mana burn that's going to be taking out a little bit more of her health as we go through. Our ghost, the unfortunate member of our party I probably shouldn't have brought. Let's get him set up out of line of... I feel like that thing's going to shoot something at me, so I want to get him out of line of sight if I can. But at the same time, I really want to put as much damage on Jessica as possible. I also want to keep people spread out, so let's take a shot at her maybe. So there's 15 more damage to add on to the already expanding amount of hits we've been landing. Taking a look at Eshavari, we might consider increasing the hit chance of the ghost. Ah, and there are ley lines. Putting her on one of the ley lines is probably an intelligent decision too. I don't know if these can be hurt by magic. We may want to test out that theory too. Let's try it. She managed to miss, so I guess that's not going to really affect much with that regard. I'm going to set her off to the side over here so that at the bare minimum, if these things start firing something at me, there goes her mana burn, and she's going to run over. She's drawing power from that thing. Alright. And it looks like we've got invaders coming from one side, which very much leads me to think I should probably make this go as quickly as possible. She's the leader, so I'm going to focus on her for now. Let's see what Woogie can do with her. Not a whole lot, actually. It seems like she's got pretty good defensive stats. She doesn't appear to be taking a ton of damage from any of the rounds that she's taking. I don't think I can heal him at this point. I don't know what I should do. He's got a mana bolt. Let's throw one of those out there, and maybe that'll scratch her a little bit. He missed. Okay. Always a good expenditure of my time. I enjoy playing with characters who miss a lot. He's already been buffed. Let's buff up Harlequin so that he's operating at maximum efficiency, because he has the tendency to miss quite a bit. Other characters to think about. He's got 1 AP left. I'm going to take a shot at this thing. It's immune to that gun too. Alright. So now we know. I don't really think we can affect these, which begs the question why they bothered to give it HP in the first place, but maybe we'll find out later. There's really no way to tell right now. Let's take the ghost to get him over here. Take some shots if we can. Alright, 23 damage, so at least somebody got something done. This bug's going to have to close with me before he can actually accomplish anything, but I am wary of lumping people into this big circle right here, because she could drop the hammer on us at any moment. I would like to keep a perpetual state of ticking dots on her, though. Or DPT, damage per turn. So I'm going to hit her with another one of those AoEs, because I want her to continue mana burning as much as possible. Oh, the mana burn appears to have hurt that thing now that she's actually attached to it. It opened a bit. Alright, so never mind. My question is no longer begged. 5 damage there. I do feel as though focus fire is probably the key to this whole thing. Because that thing's open, let me see what I can do here. I can ball lightning this guy. So let's do that. So there's 4 damage, minus an AP. Sounds like they're busting in from different directions now. What buffs is she getting at the moment? It's hard for me to select her. I'm doing my best, but Let me see if I can mouse around and find... Well, never mind. It's being... Oh, there it goes. Damn it. Let's see here. Oh, she's on a ley line, and she's got, like, a buff from this thing, I would think. Let me see what I can do. I should probably kill this thing. I heard the sound of another bug being hatched, too. Where is it at? God, she's just gonna kite us through this whole complex. These little things are set up all over the place. Well, it doesn't seem to have much HP. So let's consider maybe shooting that thing. Oh, when you shoot that, it deals damage to everything. Alright, so that must be part of sort of the collective hive mind. It actually sends kind of shock wavelengths, kind of an Ender's Game type deal. Ooh, a point-blank shot missed that I probably could have used. Hopefully Woogie can come through for us here. And he does. Has anybody... I think she took... Did she take damage? Yeah, she did. Alright. Well, let's play around with the ghost first. I want to make sure that the ghost can actually accomplish the goal that we're setting out for here. 77% chance to hit. Yikes, I don't know whose AP to use. Well, I'll take the shot and we'll figure it out. Is it dead oh no, it's not going to be dead permanently. Of course it's not going to be dead permanently. Next turn we're going to get a chance to shoot at it. So let's put a couple rounds on her then. There's 15 more damage. And 15 more damage. Harlequin, I'm going to need him to reload. With the AP that he has remaining, we're going to have him heal Echeverry. And with the final AP, we're going to have him keep an eye on that bug for when it pops up. There goes the mana burn right there. A little bit of damage to Harlequin. Not much, though. Nothing to be horrified about. And a Bombardier there. We lucked out and they missed, and the Overwatch turns out in our favor. Let's go ahead and grease this bug. I'm going to try and use Harlequin's AP first, since I really don't have a ton of uses for him. And so down that thing goes. Let me see if I can get a line of sight on Jessica here. Oh, that looks like a sheer kind of... I don't know, the line of sight's being weird. I guess I can take a shot. I've got aim shot back up, so we'll take a long bomb on the True Form Venom. There it is, a 24 damage crit. I'll take it. I will accept that as a gift. And we're really cramped right now, so I'd prefer to kind of spread people out and take care of the Bombardier next. Let's see what we can do for Harlequin first. He's going to need a heal, obviously, because he took 9 damage there. Let's spread ourselves out a tad. I don't know if the bugs are going to spawn endlessly, which is another concern that we have to face. A 76% chance with a full auto shot might get the job done. I'm going to go for a burst fire, though. There it is. 30 damage there. That barely put him at half health, though. Let's get Woogie to a dominant position where he's also not within the range of like an AoE, for example. There's 23 more damage, and 9 more there. So that thing's on its last legs already. This one's at half health. I'm still a little torn up about how I want to spread people out, though. How many rounds does he have with his shotgun? He's good to go. Alright. Let's see. I mean, I can't guarantee a kill right there, but we can try for it. If we gotten a crit, I think we would have got him. With that in mind... Yeah, I think I'm going to try and drop an AoE on him and actually finish this nice and clean. Oh no, we don't have one, so we're actually going to have to just throw a mana bolt at him and hope that it finishes the job at 80%. Missed, of course. Manipulative gaming. Now we're going to take an AoE right here. I call BS given how opportune it is for him to AoE right there, but whatever. I definitely call BS on what just happened. I'm gonna be one of those people that doubts the dice rolls. 80% chance to hit when he's got the chance to pretty much wipe out my entire team with one hit if I miss and it misses. Yeah. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Or maybe I'm just sour graping. It's tough to tell. Harlequin just used... Oh, no, he didn't. So who's the most wounded? I definitely need Echeverry Eve back up. I simply... Oh, he AoE'd himself in order to get me. Well, that offers up some interesting gameplay. Let's have him reload then. And his final work is going to be overwatching for when that thing pops back in. Because the ghost is wounded, I think I'll just have him use his health kit. How much did he lose? 15? Oh, that's not so bad. Never mind. I'm just sour graping. I'm being a poor sport. It's tough not to when you get a dice roll like that. Well, I suppose I could put some covery fire on this guy, possibly. There's 8 damage there. Maybe a kill? No kill, unfortunately. I think Woogie can handle it, though. Let's go ahead and roll Woogie on over here. And Woogie managed to completely and totally screw up the operation that we gave him. It's alright, though. He's just a humble drone. What can he say about the whole thing? We'll have the ghost take a couple shots. There it is. Which means in the next turn, so we're going to have to waste this guy. Well, I may have ill-timed this, I think. Let's make sure everybody's buffs are still up. Aim 15 for one more. Okay, so this ghost is going to need a new aim buff. A lot of this wouldn't be so difficult if I just hadn't brought the ghost. If I brought somebody else, like, say, Coyote, and given her a shotgun, she would have been a lot more useful to us. I am sort of disappointed by my own decisions here. She can't heal until next turn. But, well, let's throw armor on the potentially most wounded people. Yeah, that's a good decision. We'll put that on Harlequin. God. I let my perceptional bias show back there, and now I'm deeply ashamed. Like, the moment after, you know when you play tabletop games and you make, like, an accusation, and then, like, 10 minutes later, you're like, I am so deeply ashamed right now for not accepting how dice work. Oh, I equipped him with the wrong gun. That's okay, though. He managed to shoot Jessica while she was over there. Oh, she's healing. Damn it. Alright. Well, there's 1 damage and minus 1 AP. There's 1 damage and minus 1 AP, which is going to cause us a little bit of frustration. I think we'll be alright, though. Let's go ahead and see if we can waste some of these bugs. There we go. Let's see if Harlequin can manage the same type of luck. 30 damage crit, okay. And 23 damage crit. Alright, making up for everything right there, getting ourselves set up. Let's head on over to take this position and make sure that we end this travesty that's occurring. I think they what the hell is that? That's the biggest bug we've seen so far. Alright. Echeverry's heal should be back up. Good, good, good. Ooh, downsides to this whole thing. My positioning of Splattercat was ill-timed. She managed to displace herself pretty quickly across the entire map. Let's go ahead and get Splattercat into a better position for next turn, just so we can live with the results of our actions. Woogie's going to be the bait, the switch, and hopefully the cane for this big guy right here. So there's a little bit of damage. He didn't manage to get a whole lot done. Let's go ahead and overwatch this direction, maybe get some damage off if we can. Echeverry's got the same ability now that everything's all out of the way, although I think Harlequin needs a new... Yeah, Harlequin needs a new aim buff, so we'll give that to him. Ooh, she still misses. There's 15 more free damage. Very, very nice. And hopefully... Oh, never mind. Nothing's gone wrong here. I'm going to save the shots from Splattercat for or Jessica Watts, maybe. Or actually, they might be better used firing at this thing right now. Let's see what we can... If we can kill that thing. There we go. So that actually counted as a 30 damage hit across all targets, which I think is more satisfactory than what we had already. That's a 15% for a chance at a crit. Yeah, I don't want to 50-50 it. That seems like I'm playing a little close to the edge. Let's just see if we can get rid of this guy for now. He's at 24 damage already. He landed 2 of his 3 hits. I'll accept that as a result. We need to reload the bug gun here. He's also got medkits. I'm going to have him use a medkit right now. Simply because I don't like having people in the yellow. He might find himself in a wee bit of trouble. And then we'll mana bolt this guy right here. And that, I think, should put a reasonable amount... There we go, 16 more. We should be able to bring this bug down on this turn, I think. Hopefully, anyways. I'm going to draw a bit closer here. And let's put a couple rounds. There's 8 damage. And 15 more. And I believe we should be able to finish him off. If we can't, this is going to be... Well, if we can't, this is going to be a long drop with a short stop, I guess. I don't know if I should drain his AP. Let's set him on fire. I think that's a good plan. I think a fireball with a little bit of extra AoE damage will probably serve us better than anything else that I was planning to do. Beyond that, I think she's probably going to go after Splattercat. She's been taking a couple shots at him. We'll give him a little bit of extra armor, although I don't know if that helps against spells. Hopefully it does. He only took 5 damage, so it was a weak hit. The bug is going to take the bait and smack Woogie, which is fine. Woogie will be our lamb upon the altar here. I can still take shots at Watts at a 68% chance. These guys are more than likely going to handle the true form soldier, so I'm going to take that option. 68% chance there with a miss, and a weak hit for 8 damage. This true form soldier, I'm going to use my mage first and foremost, hopefully, to get some damage done here. We'll use ball lightning, I guess. Seems like a good option. Drain a little bit. That's a weak hit. It didn't do precisely what I wanted it to do, but we'll be okay. Woogie should be able to handle his business here. Come on, Woogie. Ooh, never mind. Woogie was unavailable. I guess the ghost is going to have to solve this one then. One assault rifle round there. Oh, and he needs to reload that too. Alright, well let's get ready for the pop-up here. I will say that one of my big complaints is the bugs are really tedious. I would have preferred that they have just made like swarms of them. Very much just, I would have rather faced numbers than just the ridiculous, I don't know, I don't like the whole you've got to kill them and then you've got to kill them again type motif. It's just not fun to me. It feels tedious, it feels a bit slow, it feels like it takes away from the overall action. Now, let's go track Watts. I don't know where she went, but we definitely need to stay on our heels. I wasn't paying attention too well, so let's send Harley over here to see if he can get a bird's eye view on her. I can see her over here, so she's probably in here. Yep, there she is. And we've got another bug from a side that we don't really have to worry about. Get Splattercat flanking on this side. I'm actually going to get everybody moving as far and as fast as possible here so that I don't have to deal with that bug over there. I don't know what these little cubby holes right here do, but they're only available to Woogie, so I'm going to guess that it's a little hole where he can pop out in different places. The ghost doesn't have a lot of movement right now, but we are going to keep moving in this direction if we can help it at all. I don't think my mage is going to be able to AoE from right there, but we're going to try. Let's see what she can throw around a corner here. Oh, she doesn't have the AP. I always do that. I don't know why I always do that. I say I'm going to AoE, and then I always forget that it takes 2 AP or 3 AP to do it. We'll end the turn then. Watts doesn't seem to... Oh, she healed. Damn it. Watts doesn't seem to have a whole lot to offer, though, in terms of resistance, so I'm not really terrified of her, to be honest. Her bug minions don't seem to be that bad so long as you can keep them taken care of. As always, we're going to shoot this little thingy right here and hopefully kill it. So we didn't kill it all the way, but that'll negate mostly the 20 health that she just regenerated. With a 99% chance, that's actually going to act as a double whammy. So I'm going to do that. There we go. 45 damage. What a hit. I will take that post-haste. Then we're going to Mana Bolt her. 16 more damage. Let's see if we can get the ghost in here for a little bit of the old tag team action. I think his aim buff has run out, though. So let's use the final little bit of AP here to, at the bare minimum, ensure that we have a shot, because he's only got that 1 AP left. I would really prefer that he actually makes any shot that he tries to take. Oh, and he's out of line of sight, so it's not going to matter anyways. Well, we'll have him overwatch then, because I get the feeling she's probably going to try and displace. Woogie may be a sacrifice upon the altar of overall bugitude destruction. Insectoid annihilation. That's okay, though. We can buy another one. We've got to upgrade him anyways. If this ends up not being the final battle, we can upgrade him later with an A-class or something. We'll get him a new chassis. It'll make him feel better. Robots always like nice things. They're like the rest of us. Any type of nice thing you can provide them with, they seem to be pretty stoked about. There's no, like, close the gap jump strike that I can use here, so I suppose I'll just end the turn. She's going to cast instead of taking off, which is an interesting decision. That bug, I think, is pretty much combat ineffective for now. Let's take our shots here. So there's 16 more damage. And 8 more damage. Very nice. I will take that. 24 altogether. She's not in cover. Or she is in cover, actually. That kind of sucks. Let's go ahead and get... Yeah, that's only going to cost him 1 AP to get within melee range. We haven't used his melee a whole lot yet. With a 72% chance to hit, let's first buff him if we can. So my mage is going to use all of her movement points to try and get up and in over here. And then with that final one, since he's got 2 AP left, we're going to feed him... Yeah, let's feed him an aim buff. Alright. Now, he should have a pretty good chance of slice and dicing here. There it is, a 30 damage crit. Very cool. And then there's another 15. She is just getting annihilated right now. Woogie's going to stand his ground and fight. There's no point running anymore. This thing has pretty much outrun him. I almost clicked my ghost down to here because it swapped characters on me while I was rapidly clicking like a noob. I'll set my ghost up, and I don't think he's going to be able to finish the job right here. But at the bare minimum, he should be able to wound her a little bit. There's 8 more damage. And she's going to try and run away now. Wow, she made some pretty good ground right there. I'm actually really surprised. Dump shock. Oh, my droid got killed. Okay, I didn't even know that could happen. I probably should have turned him off then with one of those APs. Let's get the ghost into place, because we are going to have to deal with this bug down here anyways. And this is one of those fights where they're just sort of kiting me all over the room. Oh, there it is. You've ruined everything. Sorry, the damage number was in the way. 10 karma, and we've stopped the ceremony. It's probably going to force me to wipe out this last bug, would be my guess. Let's see what the bug does, but I'm going to rearrange everybody over to this side of the room. He took damage recently, so we'll use his heal to even that out. Nice and smooth, like the top of peanut butter when you first open it. Or Marmite, for my Australian friends. Anybody else really kind of in need of any major healing? I don't think so. So let's just get everybody in a nice little lump here. This thing can't AoE. All I can do is shoot little spit wads at us. But we do need to handle it before I think it's going to allow me to close out the game. Or close out the combat. Oh, there's another one right there. Alright, so maybe we actually ended up resolving this combat a little bit quicker than the game wanted me to. We'll move down over here, and that's going to be the remainder of his AP. I would prefer that Eshaveri finish the job on this bug. But she got her... Oh, I'm standing... I should have stood on that ley line. I should just rotate people around, but I didn't intelligently think about it. I am trying to get the hell away from the bug that's coming from that direction. I prefer that people be arranged kind of over this way. We'll fire a mana bolt from here. Once again, I should have landed on a ley line. That would have been the intelligent decision. And we need to swap weapons so that I don't make the error that I made previously. And there it is. There's our second buggy friend coming up behind us. Trying to sneak in. I'm not going to let him, though. Overwatch, 30 damage power attack right there. This bug should be toast with our next attack. Since Harlequin's already got his attacks on cooldown, I'm going to have him take this final shot. And Shazowie, there we are. I'll have him move to a ley line, since next turn he's going to have the way and the purpose to use a mana ball, more than likely. Splattercat's going to step off of that ley line so that she can step onto it, and he's going to take a nice, well-placed shot. Oh, he's got his AP back. Good. He's going to take a burst fire on that bug, and there's 32 damage. Not a bad investment, but not really, you know, it's good enough. That'll do, pig, would be my recommendation for that. Oh, that ley line's out of line of sight. That's fun. It's out of ley line of sight. She's taken... Oh, he's taken 17 damage. Well, then that's something to consider. We'll actually throw a heal on him from Harlequin, then. I actually wasn't aware that he had taken such a substantial amount of damage. So we're going to live and accept it. The final little bit here. The ghost. I guess the ghost can just fire through here. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Oh, I probably should have put an aim buff on him. That would have been nice. Well, with a 64% chance, let's take a double shot there. 15, yeah, I managed to land both. That's really good, actually. And leaves us with enough AP for an aim shot, which also landed. 15, 15, 15. Very nice. And that bug is still going to be ineffective and unable to render any type of judgment down upon us. We'll take our burst fire shot right there and then use the final AP to reload. This bug's going to pop back in, so we'll reload and then put these 2 guys on Overwatch to finish him. And I actually think that's pretty much going to wrap. I don't hear anything else busting through the walls. I think the developers didn't expect me to focus fire so heavily on Jessica. But my experience with games like this, with strategy games, is that anytime you have a large arena where you have somebody running around and touching things and just generally running their hands and getting their greasy little fingers all over strange objects, it tends to be my experience that you really want to focus on that person that's running around and not really on the minions. It tends to end the combat quicker and also make your life a little bit easier. With a double Overwatch shot there, 15 and 15 from both the Ghost and Harlequin. And down he goes. He's now out of ammo. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to chase after Jessica here, I think. See if we can regain contact with her. I don't know if there's anything we can do to these right here. They continue to be wounded. Let's send Splattercat up here to take a look. Alright, so she ran through the door. I suppose are these woundable now? They are not. They are continuously immune. I suppose we'll stay center stage then and just sort of hope that more bugs spawn. I don't know. Let's get everybody buffed up while we're sitting around waiting. There's no point not doing it. Yeah, there it is. Eliminate the rest of the insect true forms. 5 karma gained, which leads me to believe maybe this isn't the final fight, because they gave us karma, which is weird. The once beautiful Jessica Watts is a hollow shell of her former self. Her skin is pale, her lips are ashen, and her eyes are sunken into her skull. It's more than her body's reaction to the physical damage she sustained, or the strain of channeling magical power from another plane of existence. There's something missing from her now. It's gone. My link to the Queen. She's abandoned me. Expelled me. Unworthy. Whatever pain you're feeling is far less than you deserve. She hugs herself and begins shaking uncontrollably, little cries of anguish and despair escaping from her chest. I know I'll go to hell for this, if I have a soul at all. I betrayed humanity. Her tear-streaked face freezes with a sudden realization. Oh God, the other nests. They're in every major city. What have we done? And Sam, I'm so sorry, Sam. Oh my. What in the hell are those? Jessica looks at you pleading, please. Splattercat, don't let them eat me. I promise justice for Sam, and I feel like this is justice. We can let her just get eaten. We can say that she'll get eaten, but we'll shoot her. Or we can take her with us for rightful justice. I believe in the law, personally. I am a firm proponent of law, so we're going to bring her with us, and whatever Mr. Telestrian wants to do to her is what's going to happen to her. She lowers her head in shame. I understand. Am I going to have to fight these? Oh, well, I guess they just walked into the room. They're like, oh, it's all good. We didn't want to eat her that bad anyways. It's fine. That leaves us right at the 30-minute mark, so I think I'm going to break off the episode here. You emerge from the Universal Brotherhood chapter house momentarily blinded by the bright lights of the Lone Star perimeter surrounding the exit. Despite the clean air, the stench of ichor and decay clings to you, or ichor. I think that's I don't remember. Ichor. I think ichor is how that's pronounced. A smell that may never firmly go away. You drop your Aegis-filled shotgun, and it's quickly spirited away by one of Telestrian's minions. Weapons are slowly lowered as you step out into the street, the order coming from Detective McCluskey himself. You can see James Telestrian just nearby, pulling his strings. It's over. Jessica Watts has been dealt with, and Sam has his justice. The dead man's deed is done. All you need now is to make a phone call, and it ends. Well, I suppose we'll hang tight. Let's do a long episode. We'll do a long episode of finale for you guys. I'm going to see how long I can draw this one out. Hopefully nothing else happens right here, and we just get a little bit of storyline. Because if they give me like another hour in between here and the next save point, if there is more, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Let me spend that karma just to say that I did. And I think what I'm going to spend it on is, let's just max ourselves out. You can never do with enough intelligence in life. So I think we're going to go for just maxed out demigod-like intelligence. So we have 9 intelligence. I don't know if that's going to be vaguely useful in the future, but a 9 intelligence never killed anybody. I mean, unless your skull starts to swell and you get some kind of like meningitis type thing going on. Let's talk to Mr. Telestrian and see what's left for us. And after we broke up the ritual, Splattercat chased Jessica into a small chamber where she was cornered by a couple buggers. Guess they weren't impressed with her performance. They were gonna eat her. And Splattercat says something like, I won't let them eat you, Jessica. You're coming with me. You're gonna pay for what you've done. It was very dramatic. Then we splattered the bugs and handed her over to the UCAS FBI. They're gonna want to have a long talk with her about the Universal Brotherhood. So this nest is cleaned out and your cousin Lynn is being transported to a mental hospital for observation. James assesses you with a newfound respect. Very clean. I believe our test of Project Aegis was a success, Splattercat. Herr Brockhaus is having it weaponized now for distribution to the knight-errant forces. The authorities are going to have a great many questions about this incident, and I'll need to provide details. The Universal Brotherhood has a great many chapter houses, and they need to be dealt with immediately. Glad to be of service. Yes, you were of service. There can be no debate on that topic. A yeoman's effort to be sure, and, regardless of your obvious flaws, you're deserving of a reward. What would you ask of me? Well, we have a couple options here. We can get justice on McCluskey, but my option here with McCluskey is this. My problem with McCluskey was always that he was a bribe-taking douchebag. Now that I know he's taking bribes from Mr. Telestrian and he's on his payroll, I kind of have a conflict of interest in sabotaging the minions of the guy that I'm now trying to work for. We can say that we want to get paid so we can get money hand over fist, or we can secure our future. I hear you have an opening for a new VP of security. Let's take that job. Telestrian regards you for a moment, and he seems to be choosing his words. Unfortunately, a human is not appropriate for a Telestrian Industries Corporation executive. I'm sure you understand. However, I believe whomever fills the position would benefit from an executive consultant of your caliber. The position will pay quite handsomely, I assure you. Report to work on Monday. Just wear something a bit more appropriate. What, my trench coat and V-neck? I can't wear my V-neck to work? What kind of job is that? I thought I was supposed to be an executive here. You gotta secure your future. With the way that I go through money in my life, it wouldn't matter how much you gave me. I'd be like, I'm gonna go buy a yacht, which I prefer to call a yacht. You know, there'd be all kinds of things. Let's run through all the dialogue here and close out with all the characters. Guess that's it, huh? You captured Sam's killer and now he'll get his justice. All that's left is to get paid. What are you gonna do with the money? Well, I'll save it. You never know when you'll be down on your luck. You don't seem like the type. Yeah, really. I don't know if I'm trying to convince her or myself. Coyote grins for the first time. Well, I'm gonna grab Paco, head back to the Union, and maybe watch a trit or something. Use a long shower, too, after all that. Back to destroying the BTL trade? Yep, sure as I'm standing here, I'm gonna take a flamethrower to that whole slagging business. One squad at a time, if I have to. Be careful, that last place was run by the Yakuza, and they're not gonna forget you. Her jaw sets and her eyes harden. She's Coyote again. Let 'em come. If the Yakuza wants me, they're gonna find me. Nothing I can do about that. Some people choose to live in fear, but not me. Not today. Today, I run the shadows. Get paid and get dirty. See you around, Splattercat. You're quite a guy. I can honestly say I've never met anybody like you. I like Coyote. Coyote's one of my... She's a character that I can relate to. She's got that fire of vengeance in her. And as somebody that has had a lifelong struggle with wanting to get, vengeance, just liking people to get their comeuppances, I really like Coyote. The Painted Elf is watching the scene unfolding around the Universal Brotherhood with a grimace. Well, kid, it's been fun, but I've seen everything I care to see today. I'm gonna get on out of here. Where's Herr Brockhaus? I thought he'd be here, too. He flew back to Berlin. A lot of things brewing there. He was very impressed with you, though. It could possibly turn into work someday. But I'd forget about him if I were you. Never make a deal with a dragon, kid. They're playing a different game entirely. Alright, seriously, who are you? I'm gonna do that for all you guys who don't know who Harlequin is. A friend. Until I need you for something, then, well, I'm a bastard. Is there a problem? He gestures at the crowd as he speaks. Look around. Note the members of the press being shuffled away by Universal Brotherhood spokespeople to get a private briefing. The Brotherhood's connected. A damage control team is probably on the way right now. Does the press really matter? Because important people know about it. Like a great dragon or a billionaire industrialist elf? Let me show you something. He nods his head towards James Telestrian. Note the expression on the UCAS FBI agent speaking to Telestrian. Dismissive, isn't it? That's because there's no love lost between the UCAS and the Tiertine Gear. They're not going to trust what he's telling them, and frankly, I have no idea what he's telling them. James plays his own game, and he always has. Do you trust him? No, just like I don't trust you. Don't take it personally, kid. You shouldn't trust me either. I've been manipulating runners like you for years. I'm manipulating you right now. You just don't know my game yet. Let's continue the dance. I got a bit more to show you. He points at someone in the crowd and smiles. The man sees him pointing and smiles back. That guy there, he's with Ares Macro Technology. Enormous megacorp. Absurdly powerful. They've been sniffing around Project Aegis for quite some time now. Clearly they have an agenda, and it's just starting to unfold. He gives the Ares man the finger. The man smiles and returns the gesture. Government, media, business, all working to ensure the truth stays hidden. So it's a massive conspiracy. I wish it was. In a way, it's worse. It's a series of conspiracies, conflicting agendas, and petty jealousies, all building upon, feeding upon, and excreting into an unending web of dreck that people wade through every day and call life. If there was one Dark Lord controlling everything and we could drive a magic sword through his heart to free the world, then That'd be grand. Such clarity, such focus, but alas. So what's the lesson in all this? That I did all of it for nothing? He laughs. Just the opposite, schmuck. The lesson is this: the game is rigged. The cards are stacked and the dice are loaded. It's the same as it always has been. Every cycle, people in power exert the power. Little people cower in their homes, think what they're told to think, and buy whatever product will help them forget how terrible their lives are for another day. And that's why we don't play their fragging game. We don't swallow their Drex sandwich and politely ask for another. It's why we run in the shadows. That's where the real life is, kiddo. Reality's living in the places where no one wants you to see. Well, I'll see you around, Harlequin. McCluskey. McCluskey's alternating between trying to look important and trying to avoid actual work. What are you looking at, Chube? Let's see here. Well, we can tell him his shoe's untied. And then it'll trick him so we can cold cock him in the face. We can use our charisma and say, hey, McCluskey, I just spoke to Mr. Telestri and you said he's got your lieutenant's badge. Let's do that one. I feel like that one's going to hurt a little bit more. McCluskey beams and his brow furrows. I did? I didn't hear about it. Yeah, he said to go down to the station house right away. They're throwing a surprise party for you. Ah, Drek, I shouldn't have said anything. He smirks. Heh, I'll surprise them then. God, McCluskey, that top-heavy moron. He's built like a dreidel. Alright, well, I guess dreidels are bottom-heavy. An upside-down dreidel. There we go, I fixed the metaphor. This little corner is surprised to see you, but he can't hide his delight. Hey, Splattercat, I was wondering if I was going to see you again. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. Well, wherever there's mayhem, you'll find me. I guess so. He pops his eyebrows, eager. You know it's all over the Trivid, right? They found the Emerald City Ripper dead at some asylum out in Snohomish of all places. Turns out he'd been masquerading as the head administrator or something. They found him dead from some sort of vigilante attack. He leans in, whispers conspiratorially. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? A vigilante attack, huh? Wow. I know, it's fascinating, right? Well, no one can say that he didn't have it coming, huh? He frowns at himself. That was a double negative. So, the big question, what about the dead man's switch? Now that the Ripper's dead, you gonna collect? Well, I'm not sure I care anymore. Then do it for me. I want to see this come out. How do you collect? I was told I need a secure line to call the number Sam gave me, so I can't use my comlink. He brightens. Lone Star's emergency response team set up a secure phone line right here to coordinate their efforts. I can authorize you to use it. Well, thanks, Dresden. Let's get ourselves paid. Don't mention it. Take care, Splattercat. Alrighty. Wait, who is that right there? Hold on, not yet. Who is this guy? Oh, that's Armitage. Cool. Jake shakes his head, smirking as you approach. When you finally get close, he breaks out laughing. I heard the Universal Brotherhood was getting shot up on the police scanner. Knew it had to be you. Did you get her? Did you doubt I would? Not for a minute. He scratches the mop of red hair. I guess this concludes the story of Splattercat and the Dead Man's Switch, huh? You know, I've been thinking, maybe you should stay in Seattle a while. There's plenty of ways folks like us can get into trouble here. And you've only skimmed the surface. I heard Mitsuhama's looking for a team. No idea what that's about, but it might be lucrative. And I just got word that something's going on at Crater Lake. The Tears got it on total lockdown. No fly zone, the whole thing. There could be something in it for us if we poke around. Then there's the Orc Underground. Haven't seen that yet, have you? I got plenty of friends there who are ready for good for a job. Something's bound to come up. What do you say? Yeah, I'm in. Talk to you later, man. We legends gotta stick together. Sounds good, chummer. If you want to find me, I'll be at McCracken's later. I got some taste for some seafood. Take it easy, chummer. I guess that's that. I don't even want to know what kind of weird soy-basted-up clam cakes you can get in this world. They gotta be gnarly. The phone before you has a simple numerical keypad. You can use it to call Sam's law firm and cash in on the Dead Man's Switch. Let's do it. I bet they're gonna totally rip me off. I've played Shadowrun long enough to know that you never get paid without strings attached. You tap in the phone number Sam's lawyer gave you days ago. The phone rings 7 times before someone finally answers. The image of the lawyer on the other end of the vid phone is noticeably different from the one you saw a few days ago. The noise in the background sounds like it's coming from a bar. Yeah? He squints into the phone. Recognition slowly appears on his face. Oh, hey, it's you, Splattercat, right? So you got Sam's killer, huh? Yeah, I got him. Hey, that's great. Let me slot Sam's video for you. He fumbles for a moment and the camera jerks crazily. Then it goes to static and is replaced by Sam. Good old Sam. Sam still looks like Drek, same clothes, same background, probably shot at the same time as the first video. Hey, buddy, looking good, looking real good, he giggles. If you're calling this number, it means the job is done, right? And he closes his eyes and then shakes his head. Congratulations, amigo. I knew you'd do it. You were always the dependable one, more than me anyways. He looks back at you and tries to speak soberly. I just wanted to say thank you for whatever you did. It means a lot. Not knowing what you did, it still means a lot, because I know you did something. You know what I mean? I know you made it right, somehow. He pauses, tilts his head back, and then his breath hitches in his chest. You're the only one. The only one who ever tried to help me. Ever. Except my sister. She tried more than once. You know, God knows she tried. I never let her, though. I never let her in, and I regret that. A lot. Did I ever tell you about her, buddy? We're twins. I mean, we're twins, I guess. You're still a twin after one of you dies, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. He sighs heavy. God, listen, do me a favor, will you? If you talk to her name is Jessica. Tell her I'm sorry, okay? For everything. She'll know what for. She's Catholic, so I guarantee she'll forgive me, and I need her to forgive me. Just tell her I love her. He straightens himself out and shakes it off. That grin is back. Anyways, you need to get paid. Which would be great except for one thing. I got nothing. I never did. You know how it is, right? But, sorry. Thanks again for giving a shit. Sorry. Seriously, man. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Shadowrun. This is why I love Shadowrun. I'll tell you what, if you feel sore about it, look into my family background a bit. There's going to be people with money around there somewhere. Maybe one of them can throw you a few bucks. Take care, amigo, and I'll see you in hell. He reaches forward and turns off the camera. The vid screen goes static and the call ends. There's a moment of silence and then you feel a tug on your jacket. It's Dresden. So, what did he say? Thank you. He just said thank you. Well then. The Emerald City Ripper killings are sensationalized for several weeks. Lurid reports focus on the killer masquerading as the administrator of Mercy Mental Hospital. Soon after, pop singer Maria Mercurial is cast as the lead in Dr. Ripper, a tri-vid thriller about a reporter who goes undercover as a mental patient to undercover a serial killer. Seattle Newsnet reports a shootout at a chapter house of the Universal Brotherhood. Witnesses claim that a gang of religious fanatics stormed the building for unknown reasons but committed suicide before they could be captured. All mention of insect spirits, James Telestrian III, or Shadowrunners are kept out of the news. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the I don't know how to say that, so Des Plaines River. It's gotta be like Des Moines, right? Des Moines? It's probably Des Plaines. There we go. Officially, the Chicago containment zone is established to fight an outbreak of an infectious virus, but an infestation of insect spirits is suspected by those who know. A mature form of Project Aegis called FABS-3 is eventually deployed to remove the bug threat from Chicago. The Watts family name has since been lost to the shadows. Alright guys, so it's that time. I always feel a little bit misty when I get to the end of the series, and it's a strange thing to describe because I always feel like we share these stories together, and for that it's a tremendous source of enjoyment in my life, and I really do want to thank you guys for joining me here to take a look at Shadowrun Returns. Sharing Shadowrun with you guys is a tremendous privilege for me. A lot of people like to think that LPing is something that a lot of people do to massage their own egos, but believe me, the privilege is all mine to share this with you. Shadowrun is something that's been a passion for me for a long time, and so I want to thank you guys for coming along, sticking with the videos, and just joining me in all this. It's so much better playing it with you guys than playing it by myself. So I also want to extend a thank you to Harebrained Schemes for doing a great job recreating a world that I thought couldn't be recreated properly. I thought that it was probably going to be a fumble. The game is very good, and I look forward to seeing your future creations. You can count on me to be front and center for any releases that you put out for this IP in the future. That all out of the way, thanks for sticking with the Nerd Castle. Feel free to check out the other videos that I have here. I know we've just started Space Hulk. I've got Eodor, Masters of the Arcane, a lot of strategy titles running down the pipe. Additionally, I am going to start a mod watch. I'm probably going to give it a few days as sort of a little update. School is starting for me. I'm headed back to college for my senior year in about 3 days. So I'm going to have to slow down a tad. But I'm hoping... There's only 12 missions in Space Hulk, so I'm going to put it like this. When I finish Space Hulk, I will probably try and track down a mod for Shadowrun to start playing. I don't know if it's going to be Life on a Limb or Life on a Line or whatever that game is. I've also been looking at From the Shadows Run. There's a bunch of games that I'm interested in that are all modded out for this, so look forward to those in the future. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, be careful when you're running through the shadows, chummers. Take care out there.